going on, Jerome's? So Cooper Kupp has been one of the more interesting storylines in the last decade in the National Football League. The pride of Eastern Washington, go Eags. The only time we'll ever say go Eagles on the show. But number 69 overall pick, nice. The Rams went on, won a Super Bowl, won Super Bowl MVP. It's great. It's all great. But apparently Cooper Kupp and the Rams will have a conscious uncoupling this offseason as Cooper Kupp basically informed the world that the Rams said, we're trading you. We're trading you. Bring your ass. So Cooper Kupp announced on social media, thank you to LA, and the audio was him being drafted. It's cool. I'm not reading all that, so I'm either sorry for what happened or I'm really happy for you. One of the two things. But basically, the Rams said, we're going to try and trade you or we're going to release you. And that usually ends up in a release, right? Because no team is taking on Kupp's $12 million plus base salary over the next 2 years. That ain't going to happen, right? So the Rams are probably going to be SOL, probably going to have to release them. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And now, of course, Kevin O'Connell, Cooper Kupp from back in the day. Now, first off, I can already hear, can he play guard? Can he play defensive tackle? Here's a couple things. Offseason is long, and the Vikings have a ton of cap space. Don't have a ton of draft picks, but can certainly get things done there. They can address multiple needs at different times. And just because they sign Cooper Kupp to a very cheap deal doesn't mean that the offensive line or defensive line will be ignored, if that makes sense. All right, so just stay with us right here. All right, so of course, Cooper Kupp does have a lot of fans in the Vikings HQ, TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. And plus, never discount, hey, that guy played well against us scouting. All right, and Cooper Kupp, we said this before, Cooper Kupp has had a really strange career because, all right, so 2021, one of the greatest receiving seasons in NFL history, 145 and 2 zigzags, 1,947 yards, flirted with Cooper Kupp 2K, 16 touchdowns, won a Super Bowl MVP. It's really crazy. But the rest of his career, he's only had one other 1,000-yard season. If you take away his 2021 season, he's basically Mike Fury, right? And also, noteworthy, who was Cooper Kupp's offensive coordinator in 2021? Oh, Kevin O'Connell. Also, who was his passing game coordinator? Oh, Wes Phillips. Yeah, so obviously the Vikings Rams contingent would love to have Cooper Kupp land here in the great state of Minnesota. Also, Jefferson. Jefferson is that dude, but I'm sure that Cooper Kupp can impart a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of veteran leadership in that spot as well. Plus, Addison will likely be facing his 3-game suspension in 2025 after his DUI case gets adjudicated. So, do have that to worry about. So, Viking number 19 is open, pun intended. Right, and why this would work out. So the Rams, like we said, aren't going to find a trade partner. No one's giving up draft capital and paying Cooper Kupp. That's ridiculous, right? And usually when it comes down to this, they'll announce that, hey, we're looking for a trade partner. No one's giving anything up, right? Kupp is going to be a Viking. Now, there will be other spots available for him, reuniting with Zach Taylor in Cincinnati after T. Higgins leaves as a secondary option for Jamar Chase. Could make some sense. He is not going to cost a lot. I would say that he might top out at $5 million with some incentives. That's not a lot. No, he cannot play guard. Even though people will be, can he play? No, he cannot play guard. 5. Kupp will be a solid slot option, help the Vikings get through Addison's upcoming 3-game suspension, like we mentioned. When Kupp is cut, he's free to sign with any other team right away. Like, he doesn't have to wait till the start of the new league year, the opening of free agency on March 12th. So he could just sign right away. Gets a full 5-6 week head start, which the Rams could certainly be doing him a solid, especially since some free agent money is going to be flying around with the receivers, and if Kupp can find a spot right away that he's comfortable with, it could make a lot of sense. All right, 7. Since he was cut, he would not count against the Vikings in the comp pick formula. Right, only expiring contracts count for or against you in that regard. 8. No, he cannot play defensive tackle. He cannot. Yeah. Also, yes, interior offensive line, D-line, and quarterback are more pressing needs, but the team can walk and chew gum at the same time. And the Vikings, even though they do have Jefferson, Addison, Hockenson, Jalen Speedy Naylor stepped up with 6 touchdowns this year, Cooper Kupp can still get it. And J.J. McCarthy coming on in. Young quarterbacks always like that security blanket, whether it's a tight end or a slot receiver, someone that can diagnose zones, can get open on mesh in the middle of the field, and just present a really easy target. That's exactly what Cooper Kupp can do. Is he the same Cooper Kupp from 2021? No, absolutely not. But does he still have utility? Does he still have value? Yes. And this is quintessential Moneyball. Get a guy at the end of his career, as he's going to be 32 during the 2025 season, and just get the last bit of talent, wring it out of the rag, and that's exactly what the Vikings can do with Cooper Kupp. So I'm just waiting. Like, there's not going to be a trade partner that presents itself. It ain't going to happen. So Cooper Kupp's going to be cut and hit free agency, and we got just a little bit of cash. We just got a little bit of cash for you, Cooper. Also, Inver Grove Heights, beautiful this time of year. Some say it is the Riviera of the Southeast Metro. Some people do say that. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, reunited with Kevin O'Connell, a souped-up offense, playing indoors, offense that he's familiar with. Makes sense. Makes a ton of sense, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Cooper Kupp, going to be cut because no one's trading for his ass. Come on, man. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skol, production value.